Hey guys, 2013 Bentley Continental Flying Spur Speed for sale on Cars and Bids. First car is running right now. I just want to give you a little interior tour. You can see idles are nice and steady, and then you can see the temperature gauge right there holding steady at where the normal is. Slightly, it's going to move to 200, but it's going to be right there in the center. You can see full tank of gas. No lights on the dash whatsoever. If I zoom in right here, you can see the current mileage, the temperature, the speed, etc. We're stationary. Today is Wednesday, November 12th. As you can see, if I pan around, absolutely no creaks, cracks, or anything on the clear coat. None on the dash as I go around. Nothing on the center console. This is all absolute solid. There is no cracks. All the buttons in here, everything, nothing has worn buttons, nothing has backlights that aren't working. Everything's functional. As you can see right now, the Android Auto is up and it's connected to my phone, and I'll show you guys the fact that it is wireless, as you can see. So you could do wireless Android Auto CarPlay, clock, perfectly working order, adjust through this screen if you go on the menu, so that works. These are all aluminum originals, and you also see they all work. All the flutes go in and out. You have another one over there, another one over here. All the vents work. On this side, the keyhole works. All your switches, your paddle shifter. Here you have your blinkers and your high beams. On this side, you have your windshield washers, your other paddle shifter, as well as your trip, PDC, and ESC off buttons. As you can see, dash, perfect condition, no peeling leather anywhere. Everything is solid. Same thing with the A-pillars, as well as the headliner. Unfortunately, it's hard to see, but this stuff is all leather. This is all perforated leather. It's all covered in leather. Even the sun visors are as well. As you can see, lights work. Mirror is intact in there, so that works as well. You have your metal feet that also are perfect. Same thing on this side. As you can see, if I slide it open, works just fine. Warning labels are intact, your metal feet are intact, everything is intact. Leather handles, if you look at the door, everything is, again, pristine. The switches all work. Down there is your mat pocket, which extends, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Again, no absolute blemishes on the wood. No deep scratches, no surface scratches, all gloss. There's no cracking, no signs of temperature wear. If you look at the glove box in there, you have a 6 CD changer, as well as your media port, which is hooked up, is used by the Android Auto at the moment. So if I go back there, you can see all the leather seams. Everything is perfect. There is absolutely all rigid, no movement. Up here, you can see is the rear view camera, or sorry, the security camera, dash cam, and then if you look in the back there, you can see all the way in the back there, you can see the rear attachment. I'll show you that later. Up here, everything is functional. You can see lights, and then obviously you have your center lights. So all of them work, and then this one is in case you wanted to open with the doors or not. So that works as well. Your garage opener all works. And then this is going to be your sunroof knob. So this isn't a sunroof, this is actually the solar panel roof, but you can see if I keep turning the knob, it just has a million positions for you to be able to go. It all works perfectly fine, and if I close it all the way, you can see. So in this particular configuration, it has a solar panel roof, so you can never have it open, as in to see through it, without opening the sunroof, the solar panels, obviously. So this is either going to be open or closed or vented, and like I said, in here you can see you have a myriad of options for that. If we scroll back down, push start works perfectly fine. All your heated seat controls. This car does not have cooled seats. Everything works. Your dampers work, your air suspension goes up and down, only 2 ride heights, and then your rear sunshade works, and I wired the camera so it doesn't interfere with that. The camera's behind the sunshade, and that's why it's at the bottom, not at the top. For the time being, you can see the headrest, it has the Bentley logo. This stuff is all original leather, original piping, absolutely no wear and tear on the leather, no creases, no scratches. This isn't repaired. And if I open this up, I'll get this baggie out of the way, but you can see it's a little compartment there, room for a SIM card, and the reason you need a SIM card is because on the other side you have the phone, which still works, it's just not hooked up to anything, so it just says please wait. And if you press this button, it actually presents it to you and you can get it out. So you can see this is the original Bentley phone on there. So again, you can see all the aluminum trim is perfect. This is your rear view mirror control, which they all work, so both power. And then if I go you can see they both fold in. So that one's folded in, this one as well. And if you take it out again, they both go back out. So that works as well. If I move to the steering wheel, full leather rim and center, you can see the stitching, everything, nothing separated on it. You have adaptive cruise control on this side, which does work actually on this car, and I'll show you the sensor outside. You have your controls, your heat controls for your steering wheel. Over here, your voice assistant, menu, and volume. Both scroll wheels scroll, as well as if you press it in, those two are aluminum. Perfect Bentley badge in the center. And then over here, your shifter is perfect. The leather around it is perfect. No scratches, no creases. The B button on the top, which actually presses down. The park brake switch, I can also show you, it goes into every gear. That's the beep, and you can see that the factory rear view camera still works and still overlays over Android Auto. If I go into neutral, if I go into drive, and if I go into sport, and also allows me to go over into the manual mode or Tiptronic mode. You can also see the actual plastic that covers the gear shifter, which is known to crack over time, is in good condition. Your passenger airbag is operational, your passenger airbag light is operational, and in here you can see that you have your cigarette lighter and tray. I have the original cigarette lighter, it's in the glove box. This is just a USB-C, so you also have that with the car. If I flip these both up, you also get here the accordion style where your cup holders are. Again, I don't really use them because they're not very useful, but whatever, they're still there. And the accordion is in perfect shape, no creak, no cracks, nothing is separated, no panels, no veneer, everything is perfect. And you can see both there are almost polished to perfection, so that's good there. Now over here, as I was talking about, if you go to the door, all your controls are aluminum, everything works perfectly fine. You can see that all the window locks work, and then both your trunk and your fuel release work. This is all stitched, diamond stitched on there, and as well all these work across all the doors. So lastly, the map pocket I showed you, you can see it bounces right back. So those all work, and they work across all the doors. Now I will jump out and show you guys more of the seat controls. Okay guys, so as you can see, speed, but we'll do a walk around on the outside. But you could see no missing buttons, nothing. A little bit of scuffing right here, but I'm sure we can polish that out. You can see this is actually leather wrapped, this whole piece right here. A little bit of creasing on the seat there, but nothing of concern. This is all metal. And so this will be your lumbar support, so you can see that works. Also, if I do the whole seat forward and aft, that works. If I do the backrest up, and then lastly, the other one is going to be your power headrest. So this one all works. You can see the aluminum pedals down at the bottom there. It's beeping over here. You have power steering, or the power column adjust, works in both directions, in, out, as well as up and down. And again, just a nice view of that dash, just no issues whatsoever. I'm gonna go ahead. So if we look at the rear seat, again, everything perfect wood trim, no crease, nothing. Another thing is all your switches back here are also metal, and you can see you also have rear heated seats. Here the map pocket doesn't have a door, but you can see that it's all leather wrapped and nothing is peeling on here. Over here, again, you have massage, you also have your memory seats, you also have your power seats. And if I go forward and back, you can see that works. The backrest obviously button is here, but it doesn't actually move, because once you slide this out, it actually tilts the whole seat down. And lastly, you can see that the headrest also works. I'm gonna jump back here. So when you're back here, it's just amazing time to be. place to be. You could see the full leather headliner the whole way. Back here, there is a little bit, we'll say a little bit of sagging starting to happen right here. So it's something that I've been meaning to repair, just haven't gone around to it. Luckily, as you could tell, it's not that noticeable, especially when you're inside the car. It's nice and dark here with all the accents. So just keep that in mind, guys. A little bit of peeling on this side as well as on this side. You can kind of feel it if you pass your hand, but from a first look, you can't really tell. The handles are both leather wrapped. So that's good. You can see they're both leather wrapped. And up here you have your console, your rear console, which again, perfect, no scratches, no cracks, no creases. And if I press the lights, they both work. If you open with the doors button, they will work. And then lastly, if you just do your center light up there, and you can see the footwells are both also illuminated. So that's good as well. Good there. Screens both work. I showed you guys that in the pictures, but if you want to know, both remotes are in the center console. Here's another section where you can put the phone for the rear passengers. Both screens do work, as well as the cup holders. Everything in here is functional. The back of the seat, you have this tray table. So both sides have tray tables, as you can see. They both work, and again, zero cracks. This down here is still stretchy. When we look over here, we have a vent. You also have a window vent with the defrost there, your lock switches, and then your diamond stitching to match the front with the two speakers in the door. You could see the Bentley logo. Every single window in here has a Bentley logo. This window, or all the windows, are actually tinted, even the front window, but very light tint, especially on the front. But again, you get that privacy where it's nice and dark all over. The only thing is, this window is impossible for me to show it on camera, but if you pass your finger over the top, you can very faintly feel a couple scores in the tint. Not in the glass, it's in the tint. Again, it's so barely noticeable. I'm trying to show you every angle to see if I could picture it, but I can't capture it. So just keep that in mind. There's a slight little bit of scoring in here. Not sure when that happened. I hadn't even noticed until recent. Again, airbags across your seatbelt height adjuster is actually tied to your seat, so when you go up and back, this will actually go up and down. You can see the trim, everything is absolutely perfect there. All the headliner on the front is zero sag all across the car. When I look at the center console right here, it's all perfect. Again, this is the original aluminum with the flutes, which both work. And you can see the controls here as well. They are perfectly functional for the rear seats. You also have auto mode right there, and then lastly you have your ashtray. And as I mentioned, the front also has this style of cigarette lighter, which is in the glove box because the USB-C attachment was there. So that all works perfectly fine. You can see the carpet is in perfect condition. This side, same thing with the controls for the seat. This is your sun visor, which will be included in the sale. But you could see the rear seats are in perfect condition. Original seat belts, no signs of weathering. Perfect headrest, again with the B embossed in all of them. If you look back there, that's where the camera is, and you can see the rear deck lid is also all leather. Here, your kid seat tie down points, again, they're all there. Everything in this car is top notch. Again, I did my best to keep it in good shape, and I hope the next owner does as well. If you have any questions on the interior, give me a shout, but fundamentally you could see that everything is just in pristine condition. This table also deploys if you care. Other than that, let me know what you guys think.